Good job. Actually, let me check something. I changed the title to day 33, right? Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, it says day 33. Making sure. I thought I might have forgotten or something. This might not strictly be a full Fortress session. If I just want to do other stuff, I'll pivot to other stuff. I see. Who's that by again? The name sounds familiar. That was a weird monkey. I don't know why I didn't get the kill before the banana came out. That's probably one of my least favorite enemy placements in the game, honestly. It just kind of feels like sometimes it puts you into situations where you just gotta hold that. Which the rest of this game does a very good job of avoiding, usually. Maybe today I try to do Wily 5 2x. That might be worth it. And it doesn't feel that unreasonable right now. Like, it's still really hard, obviously, but like, you know. I think I might be starting to hit the point where I'm kind of like running out of like meaningful benefit to get by practicing Robo Masters. Like, I think I've kind of gotten as consistent as I'm gonna get on the actual fights. Okay, got to rounder. If today's not a good rounder session, I'll just pivot, I think. But if it is, I won't. Or, like, at least not at first. What was that? I guess I just didn't react to it being... I guess I just didn't, like, fully... I just kind of forgot the strat for electric, I think. Maybe if I get really bored and I still want to play the game, I'll just pivot to trying to get a 2-segment, like Wily 3 to end. Yeah, I just didn't immediately go down the second the telegraph started. Not even the telegraph, but like... the second it was like, okay, there's an attack happening now, which is what you want to do for rounder. Okay. It's at least like a fine rounder session. Back. Down. Up. Not down. Up. Down? That was a really fast down telegraph. What was that about? Back. I think getting up close is a good strat here because like none of the all like the ways that he can leave the screen for telegraphs. Up, by the way. Down. Wily 3. Alright. Porygon fight. Why the 4 entry? Origami fight is like scarier than it is hard. From YV1. I wasn't even trying to shoot at the ladder though, but that might actually be a better strat, honestly. I don't know how like the hitboxes on it work out though. Maybe that's worth labbing after this, honestly. It's kind of a crazy song to roll considering it's like 12 minutes. I think it's like 12 anyway. It's somewhere in the 10 to 12 range. Why did I think I was in danger there? Dodgy drills, but it's fine. I just jumped too short. It was either too early or too short. Sometimes I just forget that fight is actually hard. Okay, I backed that up. Nice to know that's back upable if it happens. The real solution is probably just jump earlier. But like, if it happens still, then you're fine. As long as you like prepare for it. back-to-back out of Wily 1. Nice. Was back then? No, it was down. I was just completely spaced out. Purple Devil in, like, practice is, like, the worst thing ever because it is the most, like, turn your brain off, sleep-inducing fight ever, but you actually have to remember a telegraph from like 20 seconds ago every single cycle. It's fine in full runs because you're like always locked in by that point, but like I don't really care by that point, so I'm not like fully locked in. I feel like it's almost always a good option to like go to the area that the bottom rounder isn't covering on fire. I wonder what that's about. Is that like always a safe space? Okay, lock in. Lock in on Purple Devil. Down. Up. Back. The song is kind of waking me up, honestly. Like, I was still kind of tired from class and whatnot, but back. Like, I was still kind of tired from classes, but, like, this was kind of just, like, jolting me back, like, fully awake. I should probably, like, get a snack after this attempt. I think that would behoove me. Up. Down. Why does the down telegraphs feel like so much shorter? Back. This fight is only like 2 minutes? It feels so much longer. I guess it's just because you're doing the same thing over and over and it's not a particularly hard thing. Okay, I didn't kill that one in 1 cycle. I've been killing it in 2 cycles a lot more lately, and I don't know why. It doesn't matter, like, at all. It's just, like, satisfying to 1 cycle. And I'm just like that. I kinda just forgot I got like 3 Wily 5 entries from Wily 1. Last full Fortress attempt session I did. I misspaced that? Huh. I guess I was just, like, slightly too close. Okay, I'm gonna pause the timer, then I'm gonna get something to eat. Real quick. I'm not gonna go to the BRB screen, I'm just gonna get something. Okay, I got something. I'm just gonna mute my mic while I eat. Pray they roll right when I finish my food. Okay. Streamers who eat food versus streamers who don't eat food. Okay, back to attempts. This is like the dark side of grinding something in a game that doesn't have a slider or charge on it past a certain point. It's just kinda... Past a certain point, the movement is just like... not stimulating enough, and because you're doing so much more movement than boss fighting, it's just kind of after a while. I mean, I am still enjoying myself, it's just... You know, it's not as, like... It's not, like, dopamine optimized. I'm gonna have to properly test that, like, new fire development, but it seems pretty good, where you just always try to stand in the area the other rounder isn't standing in, or isn't picking up. And then if anything, like, bad comes up, then you can course correct. That's actually how that works. That's a very good strat. And I'm kind of surprised nobody else found it earlier. I mean, to be fair, if you're just trying to do the fight one time, it's not needed. I've probably done the fight dozens of times without knowing that. And, like, that gives you easier access to the top as well. Which, like, facilitates more kind of dodges that are, like, verticality-based. Back. Down. Up. Back. Also, this was way too good of a song for Purple Devil. Down. Up. Back. Very good pre-Wily 3 consistency at least. Only one rounder death and a Purple Devil death, but it's like fine. Feels like a bit of a waste of time, but like it's not anything worth beating myself up over. Side note, I'm starting to think about how kind of crazy it was to like lump in YB4 with 5 and 6 in difficulty. Like, it is still solidly the third hardest stage of the run, but it like completely gets smoked by 5 and 6. Like a comical degree. Okay, phase 2 entry. Another by the 4 entry. I don't feel like I can get anything done with this one. I say get anything done with this one, like getting to the base light and taking a hit there is like nothing. That's still something at least. I think I just have high standards. I think I just have very high standards for baseline consistency. Which I didn't think I would have going into this grind. Because I thought the fight would be way harder. I do hope that this is mostly a case of just me being better at Mega Man than I thought I was, rather than this being, like, actually not that hard, because, like, I know it is still, like, very, very hard. You know? I just thought 60 hours would kind of be like a drop in the bucket of, like, the end game of the grind. And it's starting to look like we're getting close to, if not past, the halfway point. Like, obviously I don't... Oh, I re-grab the platter. How does that play out? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, obviously I don't know how it's gonna play out once I am, like, widely 5 entry or bust mode. But, like, I figured I would be, like, way further back in the grind than I am right now by now. Base fight. Why are they 5 untrue? Did it get out of the corner there? That's like 3 tornado deaths on Wily 5 pace. Why is it such an issue now? I gotta practice that, I think. I gotta practice that. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. Did what I needed to do. I'm just gonna go and practice Wily 5 specifically. I think I'm just gonna practice the tornado fight in the original arena. Because I don't think there's any changes between the two. Maybe it's like very slightly different dimensions, but like the decision-making issue is still an issue in both of them. Yeah, I think it's the same arena anyway, so like who cares? Also, this lets me like farm a streak on tornado if I need it. Can tornado put me in the situation I am trying to practice? Are we dead ass? Can we stop doing this pattern? Can we stop tornadoing when you're like not even half screen? Okay, this is like closer to what I want. Yeah, just be more daring, I think. If there's even the slightest chance of getting cornered, get out of the corner, basically. Or like getting clipped by the shields. You basically always have the timing and space to do so. Maybe if it's like, he's like closer than half screen. Like if he's closer to the corner than half screen, then just like don't gamble it, I think is the rule. It is, like, so obvious to tell that I'm a fighting game player by the way that I describe these interactions. Or just interactions throughout this entire game, really. Like, here, just hold the corner. I'm gonna try to get a few more fights that, like, get the situation I'm trying to lab in them. Okay, that's what we want. That's what we want to practice. Maybe I should take this time to practice that rounder shot as well. Honestly, it might be beneficial to just do, like, survival on Tornado. I think I'll do like one survival attempt. I think that might be the best way to get as many like situations as possible out of one save state. Not when you do that. But then actually doing the fight as normal is better when you're trying to, like, see if a strat is, like, viable. Got corner. I think I just got disoriented by not shooting. Okay, I'm gonna do some rounder practice. I'll do like survival on rounder to test out the fire strat. It's like a more fun fight to do survival for because it's cycle based. I just want to see if I just want to see if that one weird pattern is still a problem, but it's not giving me it. Ultimately, I do think this like survival is a good proof of concept for this strat. Maybe that was the weird one? Also, I don't think you want to do it preemptively. I think your, like, main goal is just getting off the platform and doing that. Like, get off the platform in the room that will, like, create more space, just preemptively. That's the part you want to do preemptively. You want to get off the center platform wherever you're gonna have more space. Or not more space, wherever the second rounder isn't, like the one that's actually on the bottom layer. I'm actually proving myself to be really good at labbing with this grind. Even though this game doesn't really have, even though like Mega Man doesn't have as many labbing tools. Well, like it has task tools, but that's kind of like hard to implement RTA. And also the emulator I'm playing on doesn't support them. This is probably why it's going to be worth it to swap to FCUX after this grind. Assuming that it's, like, easy to get multiple, like, folders of save states going on FCUX. I still can't get out of my head that, like, the riff in the background of this part of the song sounds like Nye. It very much sounds like Nye. Okay. I do think that strat is extremely promising. Also, does it always cycle? Does it always go through the cycle of 3? Was it not, like, do rule of 2? Like, is it just rule of 1? Or not even rule of 1, is it, like... I swear, I used to be getting, like, doubles. Like, 2 of the same attack in a row on this fight, but I'm just not anymore. What's up with that? Am I just misremembering that? They call me that. Okay. Lock in. I have to tell myself to lock in on purple devil because it is just a hard fight to lock in on, not that it's a hard fight. Back. Up. Down. Back. Him going the same speed as the, Azure Bullets when he goes back is just rage bait. Down. Like, I feel like you should be able to get one extra hit on him, but you just don't. Because he outspeeds. Or not even outspeeds, like, you speed high. Up. I think that's the last cycle? Back. Did the slug not roll on like some fairly deep attempt? I feel like it did. I gotta re-listen to this album, it's been way too long. Maybe I re-listened to it on like a session I want to turn into a lock-in session. I misread the telegraph. I thought it was Ice Beam. I only got to see the telegraph in, like, the most peripheral, my peripheral vision, and I thought it was the, I thought the Japanese was for Ice Beam instead of Flamethrower. Is what it is. Maybe that's like indicative of where I should just be putting my eyes during Flamethrower. Like, if I see it's Flamethrower, I'm gonna, like, automatically be like, oh yeah, I know what to do here. I don't have to look at my character, I can just look at the text box directly. Maybe I'm just overthinking that, though. One of these days I gotta go back and watch my 14 segment once I get the actual full thing, and so I can see how bad my strats were. I've gotten so many better strats since then. And also it's stuff like that that kind of proves that, like, even if you could, like, in theory, do every stage of the game individually, you're still, like, an extremely long way off from the full thing. Not as long a way as I thought, but, like, you're still a ways off, just because, like, a lot of times your strats when you're going for it in that many segments, they're bad in ways you don't even realize yet, and ways that you're only gonna realize, like, 50 hours down the line. Like, they'll get you past that segment if you just need to pass it once, but it's just about, like, getting as consistent as you can and everything. So now I also have strats for, like, all 3 rounder attacks, so now the fight doesn't even feel that bad. I messed up my movement slightly, and then didn't know how to back it up. I like, never blocked that ceiling before. I was just kind of like, what do? And I almost did back it up, but just the last point on bullet got me. If that happens again, I'll allow it. But I think for now I'm just gonna chalk that up to, playing the game so much that you get into new, strange situations mistake. And not look into it unless it proves itself to be more than that. That's another skill you gotta develop, like, figuring out, okay, I made a mistake, how worth it is it to like, inspect it and figure out how to deal with it. Also, like, in Mega Man specifically, there's a lot of, like, was this even a mistake at all, or did I just get, like, dealt a bad hand? Luckily, this hack is, like, designed in a way where it's 99.9% of the time it's your fault. But even in games where it's, like, categorically your fault 100% of the time, you can still have stuff like lag spikes. Like, this has been, like, a shockingly fair hack, is the thing. I was kind of expecting a little bit of unfairness going into this, but there's, like, basically been none. And stuff that looked like it would be unfair has, like, been proven to be fair with just getting better strats. I do think this was a very good first, like, grind choice for like, genuinely trying to push myself on Mega Man stuff. I mean, I did Mega Man 1 no-hit before this, but, like, now that just kind of feels like a test run. I mean, that is still the hardest thing I've done in a game, but, like, this is gonna, like, completely smoke that. That was really clean shooting. I do wonder how I would fare at, like, no missed shots run. Because a lot of my strats involve just kind of mashing for, additional consistency. Like, just mashing to ensure that, like, at least one of the bullets hits. Like, there. I, like, mash a bit so that I can be sure at least one of my shots is going to destroy that ball, and then I don't have to deal with it later. So I wonder what it would be like if I actually had to, like, not use that, because I do feel like shooting a lot is, like, a very, like, big thing with my playstyle. So, like, not doing that, I wonder how it would play out. A part of me does kind of want to go for final boss no miss. The main phase I would be worried about for that is phase 2, I think. I don't think it would make phase 1 or 3 much harder. But I've never done stuff like that, so I can't tell. Maybe I should make that a montage clip. That might be a fun montage clip. attack. Down. Oh, I killed it that cycle. For a second, I was like, I wonder if I can, like, kill it this cycle, thinking it wasn't gonna be, like, super reasonable, and then I just did. I do think that extra shot from the down pattern helped. It's, like, pretty tight to get consistently. But it always feels nice to get. Not even just because it's tight, but also because just, like, getting any additional shots on Purple Devil is really nice feeling because of how long the fight feels. And how, like, unstimulating it is. Pretty much, I think I only had, like, one death to Purple Devil and it was actually an execution mistake. All of the other ones I've had where I, like, get hit by that fight are just, like, I was holding down? Did I press it with my ring finger? Like, all of the other mistakes I've made on Purple Devil, besides that one time when I messed up the Devil pattern, were all just, like, I stopped paying attention. And I forgot what telegraph he gave me because it was, like, 20 seconds ago. I haven't really gotten much. I would say I haven't really gotten much, but, like, it's been a fine session, but I do think this is gonna be, like, a big session in the long run because of that strat for, rounder fire attack. And also, like, on top of that, the new decision-making thing for Tornado. That's gonna, like, minimize hits I take to like, getting quartered by shield. It does feel really rewarding that, like, so many of the fights in this game always feel like they can still be optimized. They still feel like they can be optimized to, like, get more consistent without really taking that much of, like, a leap. Like, I feel like it feels like there's so many fights where there's like a next step that I can be taking. Almost kind of feels like Third Strike in that way. Like, a weird comparison, but, like, Third Strike also has, like, a very obvious, easily applicable next step, like, regardless of how good you are at the game, basically. Okay, that's how you deal with double flamethrower. Skim reading this is probably the worst thing you can do. Like, on this fight, I don't really shoot agent power that much. But that's, like, just, like, free damage that I am opting not to cash in. Oh, I don't know if I seismic pulse. That hasn't happened. But, like, that's, like, free damage that I'm actively choosing not to cash in. And I probably should be, and, like, next time I practice Porygon, I'll probably try to, like, implement that. I don't feel like I've, like, capped out any of the fights consistency-wise, besides Mega Man 2 Posse, but that's, like, a pattern fight. There's no RNG to that, it's just, it does the same thing every time. Well, I feel like that one capping out consistency-wise is, like, a lot more of just, like, chalk upable to that. And, like, it is, I think, the only, I think it's the only, like, fully pattern-based fight in the game. Even Purple Devil has a different telegraphs for how it's gonna re-enter the screen, even if the devil is the same. And even with Purple Devil, there's, like, riskier shots that can be taken to do the fight faster. I could, like, probably implement a way of shooting it on back. Like, when it comes back, just, like, straight ahead. Like, right now, I'm only shooting down. I'm only shooting the down pattern while it's happening, and I'm not shooting the up pattern or the back pattern. And, like, I could, I just, like, opt not to, but the fact that I could is something I really like about this game. On, like, a challenge running level. I do think this is a very well-designed hack for, like, Buster-only challenge runs, even if it probably wasn't designed to be that way. And, like, Lord knows 1.0 wasn't. For some reason, I thought the one on the bottom was the one that was actually taking damage. Until I shot him and it pinged off. I guess I just got, like, too caught up in what I was saying. Dude, that sand, like, as far on the corner as you can strut is so good. I'm so happy I made that breakthrough today. Have I even failed Rounder since realizing that? Nice contrast. I think that's just gonna. I think you're just gonna get like funny contrast rules when you have a 2,000 song playlist that you're listening to on stream. Hold on. Skull crushed. Why are all these accounts, like, 1 day old? Like, they're always specifically a day old. They're never, like, the same day that are standing in, or, like, day after. It is always, like, 1 day after they're created. It's never same day, it's never 2 days, it's never, like, a week after. It's like, who does this benefit? Streamboo, whatever the URL is, who does this benefit? That was such a fast telegraph. I only got the chance to, like, get 2 shots on. Down again. Up. Back. Why is it only— I swear I've never seen telegraphs this short before today. Back. It doesn't really matter, it just makes the fight take longer. Okay, another Wily 3. I am getting so many Wily 3s today. Wily 3s today. Ugh. Maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 more times. Getting close to 45 hours of practice. That's cool. Oh, is that what I was doing differently? To allow for consistent phase 1? Not phase 1 cycle kills without enemy? Was it just like coming up before it, while it's like still shootable the first time? That's a new one. That was just like getting greedy on my part. I thought I could 1-cycle the shield attacker, and I didn't realize the consequences for getting that close to it until it was too late. Lesson learned. This rolled on my Wily 3 entry from the start of the game. You know what that means. Surely Pater's rolls after this. How long if it is full fortress actually? I'm assuming it's like 20-25 minutes. Judging by my low hits. More than anything. I think I'm starting to get a bit tired. Not like sleepy tired, just like playing this tired. I think I'm learning that I'm just not built for super long sessions of grinds. Anything over like 2 hours is like pushing it for like a full-fledged grind. It is such a satisfying feeling that I basically have the rounder fight down to a science now. That feels so good to have that difficulty, like, optimized out. Unfortunately, now it kind of means pre-Wily 4, as opposed to just Wily 2 and 3. Just feel like a cutscene when you're doing full Fortress attempts. Yeah, a cutscene that you randomly die to. Rack's been going pretty good. I got new strats for the rounder fight that turn it almost entirely consistent, and I got the like new rounder fight strats, and also I have like a new way of making sure I basically never get walled by I never get cornered by tornado. Up. I'm doing like I said this earlier, but I've been like very good at ladding throughout this grind. Up. Back. I've been, like, farming Wily 3 entries today, it's kind of funny. Unfortunately, only 2 Wily 4s and the 1 Wily 5 died to Tornado. But the Tornado death did lead to me actually, like, settling down and finding a strat. Also, I'm kind of at the point where, like, any, like, inconsistent movement, or inconsistent, yeah, any inconsistent movement has kind of just been, like, tossed aside, and now I feel like I kind of can, like, handle myself in every stage. instead of just kind of, like, flailing through the stages and having, like, over-practice the bosses. Like, this session bodes very well for the future. Next session, I'll probably try to focus more on Wily 4 to end, just to make sure I'm still getting practice on it. Maybe just Wily 5 to end, actually. Just kind of trying to, like, farm Wily 5 into Wily 6. And also get, like, a better, like, sample for what it's gonna be like trying to, carry runs from that get out of Wily 5 into Wily 6. Because I kind of didn't get that with W4 to end. Wily 4 to end, I just won my first Wily machine attempt, which is not realistic at all. Porygon has been giving me a lot of trouble the past 30 minutes. I'm gonna practice it a bit. Never, like, one thing I'm ever gonna... It's never ever, like, one thing that's causing issues with Porygon. Like, every time I get hit there, it's a new thing. I never make the same mistake, like, 2 times in a row. Or even, like, 2 times in the past queue of 3. That's a very bad strat. Why did I ever think that was good? Like, that is a horrible strat. Maybe something like that can work, though, like, getting out of the corner and then going back into the corner? No, I just think jumping over it in the corner is, like, too hard of a thing to do consistently. Maybe just, like, jump over the first one, and then stay in the corner? Are the later ones even, like, the problem ones, though? It feels like the first one is, like, the hardest because it's the slowest. Well, so I was talking about this earlier today, but I should probably try to optimize my damage on this fight by shooting during Agent Power. Like, at least once. Ideally twice. Because it's, like, extremely safe to shoot during Agent Power. It doesn't require, like, moving at all. Like, I took care of Phase 2 so much faster there. I'll, like, try and get a streak here, and then I'll end, I think. Like, I'll try to get one more successful Porygon, and then I'll end. And then leave stream, and then leave cheap stuff for after I eat. I need to listen to this full album. Why am I making that mistake now? Only loop album I've listened to in full is still Samurai. I haven't listened to any of the older stuff. Okay, don't get greedy with the, with 2 Rage of Power. If you get too greedy, you can just, I'll do, like, one more Porygon attempt and then I'll go up. I think. So, like, moral of the story is, like, start tomorrow with Porygon practice. Okay, I just got greedy there because I wanted to finish quickly. I'll see who's good to raid and then I'll just end. Good session overall though. Very happy about the optimizations I made. I'll end up finding streaming. Alright. Very happy with the optimizations I